we have coming up Thoraxe with Fox versus Mouf from the South with Peach. A Monday Night Melee classic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Little rivalry. But pretty much in that cluster, there are like 8 rivalries.
Right, yeah.
So I don't actually know who traditionally wins this. I'm sure one of them has a winning record against the other.
So.
But,
yeah, I'm not actually too sure myself. I haven't been a part of the Monday Night Melee scene for too long since just started commentary. So.
Yeah. So, things I know about these players. Mouf trying to work on aggression. Thoraxe has a lot of different tools in his kit. So he can be very surprising when he plays. Downside being he doesn't necessarily have those tools hammered in because he uses so many. So sometimes he's on and it's very fascinating to watch, and sometimes he's off and, well, he's not in the game very long.
Yes.
It happens.
Yeah, I have seen that sort of come to light at certain times, even when I was still around in the scene, that he sort of has his off days and his on days, and his on days are usually very pretty.
Yep. Right now, looking like he's trying to make a statement that this is one of those on days. Pretty much every error he's made so far has managed to get him away from Peach in some form or fashion, so that's good. But Mouf, not interested in letting this be the Thoraxe show. That little force grab, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Nice back air cut through into the middle of the stage, and that edge guard will take it.
Yeah, even if you don't know whether or not the Fox is... Ooh. Can't just dash dance.
No.
Gotta block. Gotta block or jump. Even if you know in a situation like that, that Phantom might cost Mouf tremendously. That would have been a huge opener.
Yes, it would have.
Yep, really good. Held his water on the dash attack. You know he wanted it. Wanted pop up into grab, but dash danced away and kept out of the bad situation.
Ooh, the moonwalk back air, however, spaced a little bit too short.
Yeah.
We'll get clipped by that. Stitch face.
I guess at that percent, he probably might as well have just held the reflector, because...
Oh my.
So, fun fact, Shine hitbox on frame 1 with invincibility. Reflector hitbox comes out a few frames later.
Interesting.
There is a tiny gap where there is no reflector after the Shine hitbox is out. So it's conceivable he could have clinked with that Stitch face with the Shine hitbox without reflecting it. But instead, it's going to be an even game.
Yep, dead even going into the last stock.
What do you think about Peach in last stock situations?
Kind of scary because she has a lot of random haymakers she can just hit you with, and then suddenly your stock is gone.
Yeah.
So it's very, very hard sometimes to be put into this sort of clutch situation where all the pressure is on you, and you're just thinking in your mind, just don't get down smashed, just don't get down smashed, just don't get down smashed.
But then you eat the flow cancel fair.
Yes.
Miss your tech.
And then you get down smashed.
And it hurts.
Speaking of.
Well, just barely clips him with that nair. That could have been very bad for Thoraxe if Mouf had been just a pixel to the left. Gotten a crouching down smash on the retreat. But now Mouf's the one in an iffy spot. As long as you're comboing, it doesn't matter what percent you're at. Does he survive? Yes, he does.
So barely.
This is tense.
Extremely tense. Oh, the neutral air to chase the roll, but a little bit too slow.
Yep, Thoraxe does not panic, gets the DI away, escapes the combo string. That's one of the hardest things to do against Peach is when she has control on you. You start to do the impulsive bad thing that leads into the next hit of her string. If you can keep your defensive mind up in that last stock situation, then you can prevent those turnarounds, just like Thoraxe did. Close game 1.
Yeah, doing a good job. Baiting out, just playing safe around the top platform, around center stage, waiting until Mouf whiffed the down tilt to come in with the neutral air.
Yeah, and Stitch with the assist.
The Stitch definitely felt like the turning point of that game. That Thoraxe definitely had control the first 2 stocks, and that Stitch put a big, huge monkey wrench straight into his engine.
Yeah, because in that position they were in, Mouf was the one with his back to the stage. So if Thoraxe had gotten hit at that 80% mark, he would have just gone across Yoshi's without that giant turnaround. Even with the downward DI, he would have been able to get an easy ledge sweet spot and regain control fairly simply. But since he just died, he lost that stock straight off the bat. And then he had to go in and he ate another hit from the Stitch, which definitely helped matters for the young Peach.
Yep.
Good smash DI on that drill. That got him. That actually got him this opener. Is he going to capitalize?
Oh, doesn't quite space the nair correctly.
Yep. And I find it interesting that the 2 matches they played have been biggest level, smallest level.
Yeah.
Peach gets survivability at the cost of having to hunt down Fox. And on Yoshi's, she trades dying super early to up smash and up air for the possibility of touching him once and him never being able to escape again.
Yes.
So it's kind of interesting that they struck to one and he counterpicked to the other. They didn't panic on those up tilts, which is good. At this percent, that could have been an annoying amount of percentage. Instead, he evens it up.
Thoraxe wiping his hands off, getting a little bit more composure.
Yep.
Oh, definitely not intentional. Probably not intentional down smash. I can't imagine that was intentional.
Well, you never know.
You do never know. It could have been like trying to counter hit rising up air.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, hey, if you know your move is going to be safe as well, it's like they can't even punish it. Nothing wrong with throwing it out.
That is very true. Yeah.
Sometimes it encourages them to get into a bad position, and then you can bait out something after. Peach is the queen of the whiff punish punish.
Yeah.
Look at this move I missed. Oh, you took 60.
Uh-huh.
And that's actually one of the things that contributes to her survival so much is you start to become very afraid that the thing you're about to throw out is going to get eaten up, and you're not necessarily ready for your follow-up. So, like Thoraxe getting his shine right there or getting a jab at high percent, but then not wanting to go in just in case he hit block or he clinks with a jab and doesn't want to buttons against a down smash. Am I allowed to use buttons as a verb?
I think buttons
case?
is a verb, yeah. I think it's understood at this point, yeah. Oh, very good nair to cover the platform.
Good sweet spot from Thoraxe. It's one of the harder things for Peach to cover. And ooh, something we saw a lot this weekend at Genesis was Mango is actually very content to do those full hops in the corner, straight up and down without actually advancing into the platform. Because with her air control, Peach can rise up to the platform, then drift away and remain fairly safe. But it's kind of tough for her to invade that far in without taking a substantial risk. So Foxes can use full hops and alternating fast fall timings with non-fast fall timings to get Peach in a bad position so he can then creep under her and get center stage again. But that depends on the Fox being willing to play defense. Ooh. Ooh.
Too early. Yeah, this is kind of spicy. Yeah.
You know. Yeah, that on-stage defense doesn't help nearly as much when you don't have a double jump.
Yes. Yeah, double jump a very, very big part of being able to defend yourself.
Yeah. Got to be able to hold it. And I'm actually impressed Thoraxe took an offensive option on the tech chase with the turning up tilt. He actually kept Mouf off his back and let him regain position in neutral.
Yeah, pretty scary option to pick. Oh,
Ooh.
that forward air.
Yeah, he started trying to bulldoze in a little too hard there, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to evade his opponent's space a little bit too much.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, from a psychological player perspective, that's kind of what Peaches tend to rely on, is once they get the ball rolling, then they just throw out hitbox after hitbox, not because it's going to actually hit, but because it'll counter hit when someone decides, I want to come in. Then they get the bad DI, they die at 60.
Yep, and then they're in even worse position, so they want to bulldog in even more.
Yep. Ooh, an FD. What do you think? Chain grab versus absolute advantage in neutral.
Yeah, I think the big thing to note, Mouf hasn't really landed too many grabs so far. I don't know if it's just because he hasn't been going for them. He will get a much better reward for it, especially off of that jab reset. But never mind. Thoraxe turns it right around.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, the Peach up throw chain grab is actually pretty hard, especially if you insistently DI behind them, because dash behinds are one of the most pointlessly, randomly difficult things in this game to get.
Yes. Yeah, it's very, very easy to see that actually coming from later Smash games, because the later Smash games, they're significantly easier.
Yeah. In Melee, if you are off by a frame on getting the joystick to the dashing threshold, you get a super slow dash turnaround, as opposed to a one-frame dash turnaround. And then if you input something like a grab, you just end up with turning grab in place, nowhere near your opponent. And everyone wonders what the heck you're doing.
Yeah, but Fox just double jumps out and does whatever he wants.
But it's not your fault. Melee is hard.
Yes, it is.
Thoraxe is winning. Good work.
Yep. doing a very good job staying out of grab setups. Oh no, this could very well be the stock.
Yep. And that was 110% the right choice for Mouf on the edge guard. One of the nice things about down air is that if they end up picking a different option, you can just control your drift and guarantee one of those little leg hits goes in. So if Thoraxe had gone up, he could have gone in with one little tick and then gotten the nair afterwards no matter what. So speaking of nair.
Yeah.
Good move.
Very, very good move, yes. Oh, he will get punished for that whiff down smash, though.
Yep. I felt like I could see the moment where Thoraxe decided whether he wanted to wave shine or just turn it into a grab and not risk making a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have a pretty comfortable lead. He doesn't need to take too many risks. If he can just get the small punishes, small advantages, and then turn in the stocks whenever he gets to high percent.
I mean, this game, every combo is just a bunch of 2-hit combos taped together.
Yeah.
So as long as you're good at getting 2-hit combos, eventually you'll get 0 to deaths.
Yes.
That's the rule. Ooh, I like the patience from Mouf, but Thoraxe not biting. He's got a substantial lead here. Mouf is going to need to land something giant if he wants to turn it around. Or stitch reinforcements?
Stitch reinforcements? Now would be a great time for the stitch reinforcements.
Yeah. He might have used his lifeline too early, though. Yeah. He might have used it on the $100 question, and right now it's 16K.
Oh, yep.
And he eventually runs out of fuel in the tank for the float.
Got to come down eventually, and that Fox will be waiting.
And that's one of the reasons FD is so good in that matchup, is because there's nothing interrupting Fox. There's no platform down smash to happen to interrupt the chase. Plus, no matter where you are in the level, the possibility of full hop fast fall catching you. You have to worry about soft hits, bumping into them. When you have platforms to control people's landing and say, you can't come down through here, that actually gives you lots of safe zones and makes it way easier to play under, especially for a character like Peach who can then up air under the platform and extend the combo. So FD was really good pick for Game 3. So good job to Thoraxe.
Yeah.